Hey guys, this was usually like without the lights. Just a technical glitch will get sorted by the next episode. But till then, I I wanted to make this episode anyhow, even if with the lights, without the lights anyhow. Because a few crucial moments are passed in the World Cup. Moments will not just affect teams, countries, or the World Cup in general, but some hugely important players. The last match that just happened, match from second game week, first match, Russia versus Egypt. Everyone hoping for Egypt to win. People around the world hoping to see Salah play at the World Cup, hoping for Egypt to get a chance against Russia, hoping for Salah to score. Salah did score, although from penalty, but he did score. Maybe he should have had another penalty. Egypt should have had another penalty. Salah should have had another opportunity to score, and something else would be the result. But in the end, Russia just too strong. 3-1 was the final score, and I guess if Uruguay beat Saudi Arabia, Egypt out. That's it's as simple as that. Russia, the first team to reach the round of 16 in World Cup 2018. What a great campaign for them, right? It was a match which Russia dominated, to be honest. Russia were the better team throughout most of the 90 minutes. Salah was kept quiet, the Egyptian team was kept quiet. Russia fouled in the game pretty well. Ever since that Brazil versus Switzerland game, I've seen that referees aren't willing to show red cards or quick yellow cards and stuff. And so the players from the weaker teams are just fouling the better players. They just keep fouling, not harsh fouls, not start showing tackles and all that. So in technical fouls, they keep giving away free kicks, keep stopping the momentum of games, and just not let teams play against them. And that's what Russia did it well. And yesterday night as well, when Harry Kane was fouled in the penalty area by Tunisia, it was shocking that there is a VAR in place. No one would notice that if FIFA didn't keep telling us, because it's not being used correctly. It surely isn't. Even yesterday, Egypt had a claim for another penalty when their striker was just his shirt was just his jersey was just pulled in the box and he was thrown away and he was challenging for a header. It's shocking that it wasn't even reviewed by the VAR, and if it was reviewed, I don't know what they reviewed it for, because the penalty wasn't given. A clear-cut penalty wasn't given. So yeah, I have no words to describe the VAR at the moment. Surely it will get better with time and all that, but right now, clear-cut penalties aren't given. That's just sad. Russia, for their part, first half it was fair and square. Russia had a few good chances. Egypt had a few chances as well, and nothing much came out of it. Score was 0-0 in the second half. One lucky goal, man. I don't know what it is about defenders throwing their legs like that, but it should have been a more clear-cut kick away, from the defender, and he didn't do that. He threw his leg at the ball. The ball hit the side of his leg, and it was an own goal by Egyptian defender and the goal for Russia. Ever since that first goal, Russia didn't look back. Two direct balls, two more direct goals. Score was soon 3-0. Game over for Egypt, game over for Mohamed Salah. End of the tournament right there. And if it does turn out to be the end of the tournament in the group stages, it's end of his Ballon d'Or dream and whatever. Yeah, it has been a great season for the guy. Has been an amazing season, scoring endless amount of goals right up till that final. He's this guy who makes everyone support him. The way he plays, the way he dribbles, the way he goes past players, the way he scores those goals, from where he's come from, his entire story. He was a guy to root for, because of him, for the first time in my life, I supported Liverpool in a Champions League final. That doesn't happen. And in that Champions League final, man, that one villain, Ramos, and he changed entire course of Salah's career in a way, at least for the next couple of months. He was genuinely challenging for the World Player of the Year and stuff. He was genuinely, everyone had talked up Egypt's chances because of Mohamed Salah. And maybe if, and given that Mohamed Salah also played 90 minutes of this game, maybe not fully fit, yeah, maybe not at his best and all that, but given that he played 90 minutes in this game, makes me think that he should have played at least the last 10 minutes of the Uruguay game, it was a nil-nil scoreline. Uruguay and Egypt both were playing for it. Egypt was playing for the draw. Uruguay was playing for the win. Even while playing for the draw, given that Uruguay had so many players up the field, they should have brought on Salah just for the last 10 minutes to see if he gets a chance one on goal, run through ball for him or something like that, and just snatch a win against Uruguay. That moment's passed, but yeah, if they had done that, I know they must have planned that this is the toughest game against Uruguay in the group, so we'll rather rest Salah and lose that game and win the next two games and stuff like that. But given that the score was nil-nil at 80 minutes, they should have changed their plans and brought on Salah and tried the game, especially since Russia had just beaten Saudi Arabia 5-0 in the earlier game. Russia have now a goal difference of +7. They have scored 8 goals in 2 games. It's amazing story for them. There have been conspiracies going around, given that it's Russia, given that it's Putin, given all their history in other sports and all that. It is a controversy which should be looked at, but also credit to the Russian team and Russian players and their coach. They have been playing some amazing football. They've been running really strong. They've been creating lots of chances and creating misery for their opponents. Although their opponents are Saudi and Egypt right now, we should see what they do against what they managed to conjure up against Uruguay in third game week. But they have been creating some amazing chances and playing some really good football. One of the best football plays I've seen in the tournament, other than that Spain and Portugal game. So yeah, credit to Russia, they deserve it. Now in the earlier game, a sort of normalcy had been restored in Group G. Belgium won their game 3-0, comfortable win for the big team. But then came the biggest shock of the World Cup, a result no one would have predicted. England won their game against Tunisia. Who would have predicted that, right? Uh, yeah, but England, all thanks to Harry Kane, managed to get a last-minute win, a 2-1 win over Tunisia. Tunisia defended well for their part. They brought down Kane very well in the box. They didn't get a penalty against them. They got a penalty of their own, which shouldn't have been a penalty. Although Kyle Walker is at fault for throwing his arm around like that, and yeah, its score was 1-1 at halftime. Almost Tunisia defended very well for the majority of the game, and score was 1-1 almost till full time. When for the last corner of the game, they don't mark Harry Kane the way they have been marking him in the penalty box, especially in set pieces. He just gets a little nudge on the defender goes the other side. The balls go coming one way. Harry Kane's near the goal in the 6 yard box, and the defender ran away from the 6 yard box in a way. A free header for Harry Kane. Even when the goalkeeper has a chance to save it, he just takes his arm away for some reason. That was a shocking turn of events for Harry Kane to score the last minute goal. England will take it anyways. And yeah, the score was 2-1 and England won their game. 2 goals for Harry Kane. In the earlier game, 2 goals for Romelu Lukaku. The strikers are scoring. Even Diego Costa earlier, yeah, this big bully strikers are scoring. 2 goals for Romelu Lukaku and comfortable 3-0 win for Belgium against Panama. You wouldn't have thought that at half time in the game. Score was 0-0, but a great goal, a goal worthy of a mention from Dries Mertens, and that was a terrific volley from a very tight angle, a volley on the ball without the bounce, without letting the ball bounce, and a perfect connection, a top right corner goal, and Belgium were 1-0. Then Lukaku piled on the pressure and made it 3-0. Assist from two of the Belgium greats in De Bruyne and Hazard. So it was an all-round performance for Belgium, given that it was a clean sheet as well. But the best part of the game, the best part of the game was a shot. Referee had blown his whistle, but I don't think anyone noticed. I didn't notice it. I don't think Thibaut Courtois noticed it. I don't think the Panama player noticed it. What he noticed was Thibaut Courtois off his line, way off his line, and he took a shot, and it was going in the top corner of the goal from halfway line. The Panama player took a shot, which was going in the top left corner of the goal, and just about Thibaut Courtois got his fingertips to it and just pushed it over the bar. It was an amazing effort. It has been the goal of the tournament's goal of best goal of the World Cup ever, maybe, because nobody knew the referee had blown his whistle anyway. We would have made him tell that it was open play and he didn't blow his whistle. Yeah, controversies are not a big thing. If that would have been a goal, if he would have scored that, the goal should have stood, and it was the best part of that game. Another great goal was Alexander Kolarow's free kick for Serbia, a comfortable 1-0 win for them. Meanwhile, another result no one would have predicted, Colombia versus Japan. Colombia win, right? No, they don't. They lose 2-1 to Japan. A goal which you'd rather let in and have the player on the field, but the goal, a third minute shot from a Japanese player, hit the flailing arm of Gomez in Colombia defense, and it was going in on goal, and it was a shot saved by hand by the defender. It was a red card, a penalty for Japan, and since the third minute, Colombia were a man down and a goal down. They got a free kick from Falcao's antics, and Quintero scored a great goal as well from free kick from below the legs of Japanese players, went into the bottom left corner. Score was 1-1 at half time. And you didn't think that Colombia were one player down at half time because of the way they played. They were fair and square on equal terms with Japan. They didn't have let Japan have the dominance of the game. And at half time, Japan must have discussed that. They must have discussed what went wrong for them and all that, because after half time, Japan started to dominate the game, and they eventually got their goal from assist from Honda and a goal from Osako. They, I guess, tributed that win to the victims and the people affected by the earthquake in Osaka. That was a sad thing to have happened, a natural disaster. And coming back to the World Cup, the last game from game week 1, Senegal versus Poland. Again, you'd think that Poland would win, but no. Finally a win for an African team. I've picked Senegal to get out of Group H, although I've picked Colombia as well, but I've picked Senegal to get out of Group H. So, yeah, that was a good result on my part, my predictions part, but bad one for Poland. Colombia went ahead 1-0 fair and square, but their second goal, that was the highlight of the game, man. A player, Senegalese player, Nian, was out. He was the striker. He was out of play because of injury suffered and medical treatment he received. Senegal had a counter attack on. They actually didn't even have a counter attack on. It was open play. The ball, Senegal's through ball was defended by Poland midfielder. He tried to hit the ball back basically to the goalkeeper from ahead of the halfway line. I don't know why. It shouldn't have been a back pass actually. He was in control of the ball, nothing wrong was going on. And as he was putting in the back pass, the referee, for some reason, in that sort of situation, told Nian to come back on. The ball was in the middle of the defense, the goalkeeper, and Nian was running onto it from the technical area as well, and he ran onto it, and it was a goal. And he reached there before Bolshak Szczesny and threw on goal, and he scored the goal 2-0. Then Poland got a goal back, but that was a major controversy. Another big error from the referee. You don't let a player on like that, and yeah, nobody expected him to be in that situation. So he got in ahead of the defense and the goalkeeper, and he scored. Credit to Nian for taking the opportunity. Foolish of the referee to bring him on in that situation. So Senegal won their game. Game week 2 is truly on. Uruguay have to win, and if they win, it's between them and Russia on who gets the first place. Even draw their game, I guess that Egypt will think that they have a chance. No, if they draw the game, they're on 4 points. Egypt are on 0 points. No, even if they draw the game, Egypt don't have a chance. So Saudi have all to do. They have to beat it. They have to beat Uruguay, man. They just have to. And then we get on to Group G, where today Portugal and Spain have to win their games. They are must wins now, the rest two of the games for these teams. And let's see what happens in Group B. Iran already have 3 points in their bag. If they get a draw or somewhere, they are probably in the knockout stages, and maybe a big team, one of the big teams, gets out. So Who knows what might happen? That's all open as well. Let's see what happens in game week 2. It's been an exciting tournament right now. Fouling has to decrease a little bit. Referees have to protect the players, give penalties in necessary situations, and not be scared to give away cards, just for the sake of the play to go on. It's been too much fouling. That's one regret, but it's been an amazing World Cup, much better than the last one where the scores were usually nil-nil or 1-0 and stuff like that. There has been no nil-nil draw right now. It's been amazing. This is the World Cup we were all waiting for. It's on in Russia. Let's see what happens. So do stick around for more such videos. Do like, share, subscribe to my channel. See you around, guys.